Chapter 1. The Unforeseen Glitch. Scene Description. The bustling headquarters of Global Event Solutions, GES, in Sao Paulo, Brazil, is alive with activity. Technicians fine-tune audio equipment. Programmers calibrate LED panels, and project managers finalize logistics for upcoming events. The air is thick with the hum of machinery and the murmur of focused conversations. Action and dialogue. In the center of this organized chaos stands Lucas, the lead audio engineer. With a decade of experience, Lucas is known for his meticulous attention to detail and unwavering commitment to excellence. Today, he's overseeing preparations for a high-profile corporate event in Tokyo, scheduled to be streamed live to audiences worldwide. Check the line arrays again. Lucas instructs his team, his brow furrowed in concentration. We can't afford any discrepancies. Nearby, Mariana, the chief lighting designer, is immersed in her own set of challenges. Her innovative lighting setups have earned GS accolades. And for the Tokyo event, she's crafted a dynamic design intended to captivate both in-person and virtual attendees. Remember, Mariana dresses her assistants. The transitions must be seamless. Any lag will be noticeable on the live stream. At the opposite end of the room, Raphael, the video operations manager, monitors multiple screens displaying test feeds. His role is to ensure that the video quality remains pristine throughout the event. With the Tokyo stream relying heavily on real-time graphics and pre-recorded segments, Raphael's vigilance is paramount. Overlay the lower thirds during the speaker intros. Raphael directs a junior technician. And keep an eye on the bitrate. Fluctuations could ruin the viewer experience. As the day progresses, Anna, the project coordinator, circulates among the teams, her tablet in hand. Anna's organizational prowess keeps GS's complex projects on track. She liaises between departments, ensuring that everyone is aligned and that timelines are adhered to. Lucas, Mariana, Raphael, Anna calls out, gathering the leads. We have a situation. The client just informed us of a last-minute change in the event schedule. They've added a new segment that requires a live Q&A with remote participants. The team exchanges concerned glances. Integrating a live Q&A, especially with remote contributors, introduces a host of technical challenges, from latency issues to potential audio feedback. We'll need to set up additional audio channels. Lucas muses aloud, already formulating a plan, and ensure that our mixing console can handle the extra inputs without compromising the existing setup. Mariana nods, considering the visual implications. I'll adjust the lighting cues to accommodate the new segment. We don't want the stage to appear static during the Q&A. Raphael, however, appears troubled, incorporating live remote feeds on such short notice. It's risky. We haven't tested the stability of connections, and any delay could disrupt the entire broadcast. Anna places a reassuring hand on Raphael's shoulder. I understand your concerns, but the client insists. We need to find a solution. As the team disperses to tackle their respective tasks, a sense of urgency permeates the headquarters. The added segment looms over them, a formidable challenge that tests their expertise and adaptability. Ending hook. Just as the team begins to implement the necessary adjustments, an unexpected system error causes the primary video server to crash, plunging control room into silence. The screens go dark, and a palpable tension fills the air. Chapter 2. Fractured Signals. Scene Description. In the aftermath of a sudden system crash, the atmosphere at Global Event Solutions has shifted from confident efficiency to palpable anxiety. The once humming control room now reverberates with hurried footsteps, hushed voices, and the clattering of keyboards as the team scrambles to locate the source of the problem. Action and dialogue. The control room, moments ago bathed in the glow of numerous active screens, now lies under a shroud of uncertainty. Lucas, his eyes fixed on a terminal filled with cryptic error logs, paces back and forth. We need answers, and we need them now, he declares, voice low and urgent. His mind races through every protocol, every routine check. The emergency has forced him to confront an unsettling possibility. Could single oversight jeopardize the integrity of their work? Nearby, Raphael hunches over his workstation, his fingers trembling as he scrolls through logs. Every entry seems to taunt him with silent accusations. I didn't expect the system to fail this way, he murmurs, barely audible. The admission hangs in the air, its weight felt by everyone present. He recalls with a sinking heart the earlier test run for Q&A module, a test he had implemented with the hope of optimizing the live stream, but which might have inadvertently merged unauthorized configurations into the main server. Mariana, who had been meticulously recalibrating the LED panels and lighting arrays to sync perfectly with the audio and video cues, senses the discord in the air. The lighting setup is intact, but I can't shake off the feeling that this isn't just a technical glitch. It's a systemic error, she observes, her tone both analytical and laced with concern. Did we all stick to protocols? Her question, though rhetorical, underscores the gravity of the situation. Anna, ever the mediator, quickly calls for a regroup in the conference room. Everyone, bring your logs and notes. We need to review every change made today, step by step. In the sterile light of the meeting room, the team gathers around a large table cluttered with laptops, notepads, and half-drunk cups of coffee. The tension is thick enough to slice through. Lucas is the first to speak, his voice firm yet strained. I've cross-checked the audio inputs, and everything appears normal there. The issue isn't on that end. He glances pointedly at Raphael, whose posture speaks of inner turmoil. Mariana, how's the visual configuration? Any discrepancies on your side? Mariana responds methodically. The LED panels and lighting cues remain consistent, as per our standard setup. My systems are unaffected by any external interference. All eyes then turn to Raphael, whose hesitation is as telling as any spoken word. After a moment of heavy silence, he confesses, I ran a test for the new Q&A module this morning. I experimented with some settings, aiming to streamline the integration. I didn't anticipate that these adjustments would cascade into a full-blown system failure. His words are soft, almost swallowed by the murmurs around the table. Yet their impact is undeniable. Lucas's voice cuts through the silence, sharp and edged with disbelief. Are you saying that your experiment compromised the server? This isn't just a minor oversight. It's a critical fault. Raphael lowers his eyes, regret evident in his furrowed brow. It was meant to be a controlled simulation. I was confident it was safe. I never imagined it would cause a meltdown like this. Anna interjects, her tone both authoritative and soothing. Now isn't the time for recriminations. We have a deadline, and we must focus on salvaging the situation. Let's get back to the technical details. We need to isolate the errant code from the legitimate configurations. She instructs, Lucas, run a diagnostic on the video server code. Raphael, compile all changes made to the Q&A module. Mariana, monitor the synchronization across all systems. If any ripple effects appear, we need to know immediately. Lucas's fingers dance across the keyboard as he initiates a line-by-line audit of the server's code. The screen begins to fill with highlighted segments, and he notices peculiar modifications, lines of code that seem out of place, integrated during the Q&A module's test run. There's our culprit, he murmurs, his tone a mix of anger and sorrow. A merge command executed out of sequence has altered the core configuration. Meanwhile, Mariana's voice, steady yet laced with tension, reaches out from across the room. The LED panels are now flickering intermittently. It appears that the misconfigured video feed is affecting the lighting synchronization. If we don't fix this, the entire visual setup might collapse during the event. The words send another wave of anxiety through the team, the stakes rising with every second that ticks by. Raphael, now more determined than ever to rectify his error, speaks with quiet conviction. I'll coordinate with the external support team and run parallel diagnostics on the network. We need to ensure there is an external breach exacerbating the problem. His admission, though burdened by regret, is met with a mixture of relief and lingering skepticism from his colleagues. They know that trust, once shaken, is hard to rebuild. Anna takes a deep breath, her mind racing through contingency plans. Let's split up, Lucas and Mariana. You work on isolating the faulty code and restoring the server's integrity. Raphael, keep a close eye on the network traffic and coordinate with our remote support. We need to neutralize this threat before it escalates any further. As the team dives back into their tasks, The room is filled with symphony of determined keystrokes, urgent commands, and the soft hum of computers struggling to keep pace with the unfolding crisis. Yet, even amidst the technical chaos, an unspoken understanding lingers. This error, born from a well-intentioned yet reckless experiment, has not only threatened the success of the Tokyo event, but has also sown the seeds of mistrust among them. Ending hook. Just when Lucas spots a potential fix, a snippet of code that might reverse the misconfiguration, a new alert blares from Raphael's terminal. The network diagnostics reveal a critical vulnerability in the external infrastructure, suggesting that the error might extend beyond their internal systems. With the clock ticking down a live event, the team is left staring at the screen in stunned silence, the magnitude of the predicament growing by the minute. Chapter 3, Invisible Threat. Scene description. Tension rises at Global Event Solutions headquarters. The discovery of a possible cyber intrusion elevates the problem to a critical level. Time keeps ticking, and the team needs to act quickly to save the corporate event in Tokyo. Action development and dialogues. Raphael stares at the screen with wide eyes. This can't be a common error. This message suggests unauthorized system access. Lucas approaches and observes the screen. If it's a cyber attack, we need to immediately block any suspicious connection. Anna is already on the phone with the remote IT team. We need to isolate the compromised server before it affects other systems. Mariana, who had checked the electrical system, returns. I didn't find anything wrong with the power distribution. If the failure was caused externally, we're dealing with something much more serious than we thought. Lucas starts typing frantically. I'll try to trace the origin of the intrusion. It could be a targeted attack or even malware that was accidentally activated. Raphael feels a weight in his chest. He remembers the modification he made to the code in the morning. What if this is my fault? I made some changes to the streaming system to optimize integration, but I didn't think it could open security gaps. Anna looks at him seriously. Right now, it doesn't matter whose fault it is. What matters is solving this before we lose total control. The clock shows 2 hours until the event starts. Lucas finally makes a breakthrough. Here it is. There's an unknown script running in the background. It's generating data packets to an external IP. Mariana frowns. If it's sending sensitive information, we could have a data leak. This would be a disaster for our company and the client. Anna, try and maintain calm. Orders. Raphael, Lucas, stop that connection immediately. Mariana, see if we can run the backup server without interference from this malware. Raphael quickly types commands to interrupt outgoing traffic. I've blocked it temporarily, but that doesn't mean we're safe. We need to eradicate this threat for good. Anna makes a difficult decision. If we can't contain this in the next 30 minutes, we'll need to inform the client and maybe cancel the broadcast. The weight of responsibility falls on everyone. The only definitive solution seems to be a total system reboot, but that would mean losing crucial data. Final hook. Suddenly, Lucas receives a notification. The external IP is from a server in Tokyo, and someone is trying to access our systems from inside the event itself. Chapter 4, Infiltrator. Scene description. The Global Event Solutions team is about to face their biggest crisis. The cyber attack isn't coming from a distant location, but from within the event itself in Tokyo. Now, besides dealing with the digital threat, they need to identify who's behind it before it's too late. Action development and dialogues. Lucas points to the screen. The IP we identify belongs to a server inside the convention center in Tokyo. Someone is trying to sabotage us directly from the event location. Anna furrows her brow. This means it's not a random attack. Someone wants to harm us on purpose. Raphael runs his hand across his face, nervous. If this person has physical access to the equipment, it might be impossible to contain the attack remotely. Mariana suddenly stands up. Do we have anyone from the technical team on site? Someone who can check if there's any suspicious activity. Anna grabs her phone and calls Diego, the technician already in Tokyo coordinating the setup. Diego, listen, we need you to check something urgent. It seems someone inside the event is trying to hack our system. Can you verify who's near our transmission center? Diego, from the other side of the world, responds quickly. That explains why some settings change by themselves. I'm heading there right now. Meanwhile, Lucas tries to prevent further damage. We can try to isolate access to the main server, but if the person has already inserted a backdoor, they could regain control at any moment. Raphael stares at the screen, feeling a chill down his spine. What if this person isn't just trying to bring down the system? What if they want to hijack the streaming to broadcast something that compromises the client? Anna feels a knot in her stomach. If that happens, we'll be ruined. We need to stop this transmission at any cost. At the convention center in Tokyo, Diego moves quickly through the backstage. He sees an unfamiliar technician tampering with the video equipment. The man notices Diego approaching and immediately closes a laptop. Diego feigns casualness. Hey, are you part of our team? I don't remember seeing you before. The stranger hesitates and then smiles. Oh, yes, I'm a freelancer. I was hired last minute to help with the setup. Diego isn't convinced. He discreetly grabs his radio. Anna, I think I found the guy. He's here backstage but seems suspicious. How do you want me to proceed? Anna exchanges looks with Lucas and Raphael. Diego, we need you to stop this guy from continuing. Try to buy time until we have a solution. Diego takes a deep breath. He knows any wrong move could cause the intruder to finalize the attack. Final hook. The stranger notices Diego's delayed response and quickly grabs his laptop. Try to escape to the backstage corridor. Chapter 5. The hunt begins. Scene description. Diego runs through the backstage, trying to prevent the intruder from escaping. Meanwhile, the team at Global Event Solutions headquarters fights to keep the system secure, knowing that every second counts. Tension rises when they discover that the saboteur might not be working alone. Action development and dialogues. Diego quickens his pace, dodging boxes and cables scattered across the floor. The man with the laptop looks back and realizes he's being followed. He hurries, trying to blend in with the production crew. Over the radio, Anna maintains communication. Diego, don't lose sight of him. If he leaves the backstage area, it'll be much harder to find him. Diego sees a suspect sneaking into a restricted area. He's heading toward the main equipment sector. If he tampers with anything there, we could lose everything. At Global Event Solutions headquarters, Lucas analyzes the access logs. Something's wrong. It looks like this guy isn't alone. There's another suspicious access coming from a different location. Raphael's eyes widen. You mean there's more than one saboteur? This could be a coordinated attack. Anna remains steady. If that's the case, we need to cut all external connections before the damage becomes irreversible. Lucas, can you identify the second attack origin? Lucas types frantically. I'm trying, but they're masking the IP. It could be anywhere within the event. Mariana joins the conversation. If they've compromised our transmission equipment, they might be trying to insert something into the live stream before the event starts. We need to stop this now. Meanwhile, Diego catches up to the man and grabs his backpack. Stop right there. Who are you really, and what are you trying to do? The man breaks free and pushes Diego against a sound mixer, knocking several pieces of equipment to the floor. The noise makes other technicians look over, but the intruder uses a distraction to keep running. Anna hears everything over the radio. Diego, are you okay? He quickly gets up. I am, but this guy is desperate to escape. That only confirms he has something to hide. Raphael, watching the codes flashing on the screen, mutters, if we don't catch him now, it might be too late. Chapter 6. The Hidden Threat. Scene description. As Diego continues chasing the infiltrator through the backstage corridors of the event, the team at Global Event Solutions headquarters scrambles to regain control of their compromised system. Meanwhile, Lucas makes a shocking discovery. The real threat is much closer than they thought. Action development and dialogue. Diego sprints after the suspect, pushing past crates and dodging cables. The man with the laptop glances back, his face tense with panic. He reaches a locked security door and fumbles desperately with a key card. Diego slows down, catching his breath. You're not getting out of here that easily, he says, stepping forward cautiously. The suspect, realizing he's cornered, suddenly turns and swings his laptop at Diego. Diego barely dodges the impact and lunges, grabbing the man by the arm. They struggle until Diego finally wrestles him to the ground. "Who sent you?" Diego demands, pinning him down. The man glares at him but says nothing. He clenches his teeth as if he'd rather take the secret to the grave. Meanwhile, at the Global Event Solutions headquarters, Lucas is furiously typing. There's something wrong here. The attack isn't just coming from the event location. It's coming from inside our network. Anna leans over his shoulder. "Inside? You mean someone from our own team?" Lucas nods grimly. There's a second attacker. Someone with high-level access. Mariana's eyes widen. That means they've been planning this for a while. This isn't just sabotage. It's an inside job. Raphael swears under his breath. If that's true, then we're not just dealing with a hacker. We're dealing with a traitor. Anna takes a deep breath. Then we need to find out who it is before they take down our entire system. Back at the event, Diego secures the suspect's laptop and restrains him with a cable tie. He speaks into his radio. "I got him, but something tells me he's not the mastermind." Lucas's voice crackles through. "That's because he's not. The real threat is still out there, and they're closer than we think." Cliffhanger ending. A new alert flashes on Lucas's screen. A name appears in system logs. Someone who shouldn't be accessing these files. Lucas stares at the name in shock. No, it can't be them. Chapter 7, The Final Countdown. Scene description. With a real traitor identified. The team at Global Event Solutions races against time to stop them before they unleash irreversible damage. At the event, Diego and Anna must act fast to prevent total system failure as the final moments before the live broadcast tick away. Action development and dialogue. Lucas stares at the name flashing on his screen. His hands tremble over the keyboard. It's Marcus. Anna's face drains of color. Marcus? That's impossible. He's been with us for years. Raphael clenches his jaw. Apparently, loyalty has its price. Lucas types rapidly, tracing Marcus's digital footprint. He's inside our main server. He's overriding our security protocols. If he finishes this, we'll lose complete control. Mariana grabs her headset. We need to stop him now. Meanwhile, at the event, Diego and Anna storm into the main control room. Inside, Marcus is frantically typing, eyes locked on the screens in front of him. When he hears them enter, he spins around, his face a mix of determination and desperation. "You don't understand." Marcus shouts. This company needed a wake-up call. We become too predictable, too comfortable. This will force us to evolve. Diego steps forward. By sabotaging everything we built, that's not evolution, that's destruction. Marcus shakes his head. You don't see the bigger picture. We've been playing it safe for too long. The industry is changing. I did what had to be done. Anna, keeping a steady tone, tries to reason with him. There's still time to fix this. Whatever you're trying to prove, this isn't the way. Marcus hesitates, but his fingers hover over the keyboard. It's too late. The final script is executing. In 30 seconds, all feeds will be corrupted. The broadcast will go live in chaos. Lucas's voice crackles through the radio. Anna, Diego, you have to shut down the master terminal. Now! Diego lunges at the console, scanning for the override controls. Where is it? Anna spots a flashing red panel. There! If we cut the power, we might stop it. Marcus leaps to block them. I won't let you. In a desperate move, Diego shoves him aside and slams his fist against the emergency shutoff. Sparks fly as the system groans under the sudden force of interruption. The room plunges into silence. The monitors flicker. One by one, the corrupted feeds disappear. Then, finally, Lucas exhales sharply. We did it! The system is secure. Marcus slumps against the wall, defeated. Security personnel rush in, taking him into custody. Anna looks at Diego, breathless. That was close. Diego smirks. Too close. Cliffhanger ending. The tension dissolves as a crisis is averted, but the weight of betrayal lingers in the air. The event is back on track, yet the team knows things will never be the same again. Chapter 8. A a new beginning. Scene description. With the crisis resolved, the team at Global Event Solutions regroups, reflecting on what they've endured. Though shaken by Marcus's betrayal, they must move forward. As the final event goes live without a hitch, the team finds a way to celebrate and reaffirm their bond. Action development and dialogue. The sun rises over the event venue, casting golden light over the empty stage where hours earlier, chaos threatened to destroy everything. Now, the event is running smoothly. The broadcast is flawless, and the attendees remain blissfully unaware of the near disaster behind the scenes. In the control booth, Lucas stretches and lets out a relieved sigh. I can't believe we pulled it off. Anna leans against the console, exhaustion evident in her eyes. Believe it, because we did, and we did it together. Raphael chuckles, rubbing his temples. I don't know whether to sleep for a week or drink until I forget the last 48 hours. Mariana pats his shoulder. How about both? But first, let's wrap up and make sure we don't have any more surprises. Nearby, Diego watches as security escorts Marcus out of the venue. For a moment, their eyes meet. There's no anger in Diego's gaze, just quiet disappointment. Marcus looks away. I don't get it, Diego mutters. He was one of us. Anna sighs. Some people let ambition blind them. He thought he was doing something revolutionary, but he forgot the most important part. We're a team. Lucas claps his hands. Speaking of which, we deserve a celebration. Drinks are on me. The tension in the air lifts, replaced by tired but genuine smiles. The team heads out together, finally allowing themselves a moment to breathe. Later that night, in a small bar near the venue, the Global Event Solutions team gathers. Laughter and music fill the air as they toast to their victory and to each other, to the best damn team in the business. Mariana shouts, raising her glass, and to never letting another crisis ruin our night again. Diego adds with a smirk. They drink, they laugh, and for the first time in days, they relax. The road ahead is uncertain, but one thing is clear. No matter what happens, they'll face it together. Ending resolution. The screen fades to black as the camera zooms out from the team celebration. The world keeps turning, events keep happening, and the Global Event Solutions team is ready for whatever comes next.